Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we're gonna start lesson number 18, Ad-Darsu Samina Ashara, and like always, we're gonna start from the rules of the lesson first. And the first rule of this lesson is Al-Mamnu min as-Sarf, which we in English we call Diptotes. So, what is Al-Mamnu min as-Sarf? Here are some examples. فلنقف هنا عند الحوازر الثلاث الرئيسية. Let's stop here near the three metropolises or three metropolitan cities, which are Damashq, Baghdad, and Kahira. So I have circled some words here, like you don't see the tanween here. Even there is no al here, but there is no tanween. Zallat Damishku tahta hukm Romani sab'ata qurunin. Damascus remained under the rule of Romans for 7 centuries. And same thing here, is not getting any tanween. Wabana al-Jamia al-Amawiya fi Damashqa. And he built, so Jamia al-Amawiya is Umaid Mosque. So he built Umaid Mosque in Damascus. Same thing for Damascus. Bada Ahdul Umawiyina bi Muawiyata ibn Abi Sufyan. The Umayyad era began with Muawiyah bin Abi Sufyan. So it started from Muawiyah bin Abi Sufyan. So here you note that there is a harfu jar ba, but Muawiyata is not taking kasra here, is taking fatha. Wafi ahdil kaisari hirakla ba'da marikatin kabiratin. And in the era of the emperor Heraclius, after the Marika Kabira, after the big battle. So here Harikla is a name, and is not getting any tanween here. An yusallima mafatihul madinati lil khalifati umrah. So that to hand over, these examples are from the lesson, so you will understand the real explanation of these sentences, but here is just for just to clear the concept. So to hand over, so here the sallama yusallimu means to deliver, to hand over. So is on the pattern of fa'ala yufa'ilu, to hand over the keys of the city to the caliph Umar. So again Umar, here is no tanween. Ihtamma Yazid ibn Muawiyata bil qazai ala khusumihi. Yazid bin Muawiyah, he so ihtamma is the verb here. Ihtamma yahtammu is on the pattern of ifta'ala yafta'ilu. Means to take care or to take interest. So Yazid bin Muawiyah, he took care of, or he took interest, or he made sure, bil qazai ala khusumihi, to eliminate his rivals. Ala khusumihi, his rivals. So he was interested in eliminating his rivals. Yazidu again is no tanween here. Nakala Muawiyatu hazirat al-khilafati min al-madinati Yasrib ila Damishq. Muawiyah, he moved. Nakala means to move. Hazirat al-khilafati, the capital of the caliphate from the city Yasrib to Dimashq. So before the caliph's capital was Yasrib, but Muawiyah he moved that capital to Dimashq. So I have circled some words here. Again, you don't see the tanween here. Here is the explanation. Maza tara fi hazihil kalamati. What do you see in these words? Hiya kalimatun biduni tanween. These words are without tanween. Falimaza, why? Liannaha mamnu'atun minas sarf. Because they are mamnu minas sarf. Ma mana haza. What does this mean? Hunaka kalimatun takunu daiman biduni tanween. There are some words that are always without tanween. So fasarfu huwa at tanween. So the sarf here is tanween. So when we say mamnu'atun minas sarf means they are prohibited for tanween. They don't take tanween. So they are the prohibition here is the tanween. They won't take tanween ever. وَلِمَاذَا تَكُونُ هَذِهِ الْكَلِمَاتُ بِدُونِ تَنْوِينٍ. And why these words are without tanween? لِأَنَّ كُلُّ كَلِمَةٍ مِنْهَا عَلَمٌ. Because every word in them is alam, is the proper name, which is alamun is ismu shakhsin, the name of the person, aw madinatin, etc. The name of the person, the name of the city, all proper names, they are alamun. So we can see here is either the name of the city or the name of the person. And the question here is hal kullu alamin mamnoon min as-sarf. Are all the alam, all the names, proper names, they are prohibited for tanween? La, no. Laysa kullu alamin mamnuun min as-sarfi. Not all the proper names, alam, they are prohibited for tanween. Wama anwa'ul alamil mamnui min as-sarfi. So then what are the kinds of the alam which are prohibited for tanween? So to answer this question, fi amsalati nara. So we see these examples. So these are the kinds of the alam which are prohibited for tanween. Number 1, al-alamu al-muannas. If the proper name is the feminine, almost all feminine name are they don't take tanween. So the mashku is a feminine name. Similarly, there are some masculine names that end with taw tanis, and we know taw tanis we use for feminine. There are some words like Muawiyah, Rifat, Talat, Izzat. I have some more here. Hamza, Talha, Usama, they all taking the ta marbuta or the other ta, and they won't take tanween because they are treated as a feminine words, although they are masculine, but they are like a feminine names. They end with the taw tanis. So this was the second kind. The third kind is al-alamul ajnabiyya, the foreign names, al-ajmi, like Samarkand, Hiraklu. These are all non-Arab names. These are the foreign names. Al-alam allazi ala wazni. There are some names, some alam proper names like on the pattern of fualun, like Umaru, wa hunaka aidan hubalu juha. So on the pattern of fualu, they are also they won't take tanween. Like Umaru, it won't take tanween. And another kind is al-alam allazi yakunu ala waznil fail. So there are some alam proper names which are on the pattern of a verb, like Yazidu, Yasribu, Ahmadu. So like Fa'ala, here I have some Yazidu wa Yasribu. These two words are on the pattern of Yaf'ilu. Fa'ala Yaf'ilu. And Ahmadu, ala wazni afalu, and Ahmad is on the pattern of afalu. So fa'ala yaf'alu, for ana is afalu. So all these words, they are on the pattern of the verbs. So because verbs, they don't take tanween, so any alam, any name, any proper name that is on the pattern of that looks like a verb is, or on the wazn of the verb, they won't take tanween. And then al alam allazi, and then there are some alam that yantahi bi an ziyadatan, they end with an additional alif noon, like Marwanu, Ramazanu, Usmanu, they won't take tanween. So in other words, not all alam they are prohibited for tanween. They are diptotes, but there are some kinds, like these are those kinds which won't take tanween. وَلَكِنَّنَا نَرَى شَيْئًا آخَرَ فِي هَذِهِ الْكَلِمَاتِ, but we see another thing in these words. مَا هُوَ, what is that? أَنَّهَا فِي وَظِيفَةٍ مَجْرُورَةٍ, وَلَكِنَّهَا, that in the function of when they are majroor, وَلَكِنَّهَا مَفْتُوحَةٌ فِي النِّهَايَةِ, but they are maftuh at the end, like I mentioned here. Bi Muawiyata, it should be Muawiyati, but is taking a fatah, not kasra, because mamnu min as-sarf, they won't take a kasra. Now yes, fal ismul mamnu min as-sarfi, so for the ism that is mamnu min as-sarf, alamatul jarri al-fatah, for all the mamnu min as-sarf, the sign of kasra is fatah. Alamatul jarri, the jar sign is the fatah sign. So these there are two things that they won't take tanween, and when they are majroor, the sign of jar is the fatah sign. So in other words, there are only marfu or mansub. They won't take a kasra. Here are some exceptions to this rule, that there are some exceptions here. Al-alamul mu'annasu mamnu min as-sarf, so we said that the feminine names, they are prohibited for sarf, for tanween. Walakinnahu indama, but when yatakawwanu min salasati hurufin, but they are formed from the three words. Well, harfu sani sakinun, and the middle letter has a sukoon. Yajuzu an yakuna, then you have the permission, then it is possible to either use them as mamnu min as-sarf, either we use them without the tanween, or masrufan mean with the tanween. Fanakulu, so when we here is an example, ana min misra, so min is not, so here it should be misrin, but because here we are not taking a tanween here, and also we are not putting a kasra here, we are using it as a mamnu min as-sarf. I am from Egypt, or we can also say that ana min misrin, I am from Egypt. So we can write both ways. So that exception to the rule is only for the names that are of three letters, like this, and the middle one has a sukoon. Here is another name, Ra'aitu Hinda, I saw Hind, and here is not taking tanween here, or we can say Ra'aitu Hindan, I saw Hind. So they are acceptable both ways. Nahnu nara fin nasi, in the story, in the main lesson, Alama Abdul Aziz, the name Abdul Aziz, huwa yatakawwanu min kalimataini, it is formed from the two words. Abdul Aziz, this is the name which is formed from the two words. Huma ma'an izafatun, and this is mudaf alayh. Hazal alamu naribuhu kalimataini fi izafatin. So when this comes like a mudaf alayh, a name that comes with the mudaf alayh, even though it has the three letters and the middle one has a sukun. So in that case, it's gonna work as a, we don't have an option here. It should work as a, we should have a kasra there. And there are some foreign names like al-alamul ajnabiyatul jadidatu, some new foreign names. Misal, for example, this is Gustav Le Bon, John, Christopher, Paulo. Like these are the new, although these are the foreign names, but these are some new names which are very hard to pronunciate. If we put like Christopher, Christopherun, I mean they won't take any ending. They become very heavy if you put some ending there. So nantikuha kamahiya. So we write them as they are. Vartakunu, so they are mabni alal hikayati, which means they are fixed. They are not indeclinable based on narration. So those words, they have exception, even though they are the foreign names. Al-alamul ukhra allati la takunu min hazihil anwa'i. So any other foreign names, any other names, alam or alam, any other ones that are not of these kinds, they are masroof, which means they are not mamnu. For example, Mu'minun mudarrisun. Mu'min is a teacher. So Mu'minun is a alam, but is taking a tanween. Arifu haziman. I know hazim. So haziman is a taking a tanween, even though is a name. Takallamtu ma muntasirin. I spoke to muntasir. So it's taking a tanween, muntasirin, even though this is a name. This is a alam. Because these names, they don't fall under these under these rules. So that was mamnu min as-sarf, that was of the first kind. Here we're gonna study the second kind. Alam sirat. Here are some examples. Lam tarif adolatul umawiyatu adala minhu. You won't know the Umayyad state did not know adala. So this is ismu tafdeel, the more just minhu than them. Fi kulli marhalatin. So I have circled here again. There is no tanween. Fi kulli marhalatin hakamat dawlatun kubra. In every stage, some big state ruled. What Tarikhul Arabiyu, Arab history, Mal'anu is full of bil mudunil kubra, is full of the big cities. So Mal'anu kubra, there is no tanween. What Taganna fiha shura'u kasiruna, and many poets, they sung in it. Shura'u is not taking a tanween. Wa fayha'u tani wasiyatan, and fayha means spacious, wasiyatan. Fayha'u is not taking any tanween. So now what is the explanation here? Maza tara fi hazihil kalimati. What do you see in these words? Hiya kalimatun laha nafsu kanunil mamnu min as-sarfi. These words, they have the same kanun rule of the mamnu min as-sarf. Yes. Fahazihil kalimatu mamnuatun min as-sarfi. So these words are prohibited for tanween. Walakinnana darasna annal mamnu'a min as-sarfi yakunu alaman. But we studied about that they become that the mamnu min as-sarf or mamnu for tanween only happens when they are alam, when they are the proper names. Al-alamu huwa Noun min anwa'il mamnui. So that was the one kind of the kinds of the mamnu min as-sarf. Walakinna hunaka anwa'un ukhra, but there are some other kinds also. Ma hiya, what are those? Fi amsalatil nara, in the examples above we see asiffa ala wazni afalu. ismu tafdeel. So if there is an adjective on the pattern of af'alu, it won't take tanween. That is uh, I mean a kind of a diptote or mabnu min as-sarf. Asifa ala wazni fula. If the adjective is on the pattern of fula, then it won't take tanween. Like here, kubra, it won't take tanween. Is on the pattern of fula. Asifa ala wazni fulanu. The adjective on the pattern of fulanu won't take tanween. And in the example number 3 here, mal'anu is on the pattern of fulanu, so it won't take tanween. And here are also hunaka aidan harranu, bardanu, tabanu, sakranu, feeling cold, hot, cold, tired, intoxicated, etc. So all these words, they are on the pattern of falanu, so they won't take tanween. الاسم الممدود الذي همزته الاسم الممدود الذي همزته زيادة للجمع. So in the previous lesson for ism mamdud, we studied two kinds which are ziyadatun lil jami or ziyadatun lil tanisi. So let's go back. Irji ila darsi al ism al mamdud. So if we go back and study that, is on page 323. So when we studied ism mamdud, which has the alif and hamza at the end, and we studied here that that hamza can be the one of the root letters in the case of like noun, and it can be that the root letter was changed from some other root letter. In the case we studied for hayaun or duaun, and then there was the third and fourth kind. The third kind is ziyadatun lil jami, that some words which are when they are broken plural, like alimun, ulamau is a broken plural. So even though it does not have a hamza in the root letters, so the root letters are ala, alama, even then the plural is taking a alif and hamza, so is making that ismul mamdud, is making that form. So that was the third kind, alimun, ulamau. So ulamau is not taking a tanween here, and ulamau is the plural of broken plural of alimun. Similarly, ziyadatun litanisi, when this is the verb is then that the word is a feminine word, because this is feminine, like kalamatu soda, although the root letters of soda is seen waw dal, but when we make this word soda, it takes alif and hamza. So there are some colors here which I have mentioned here with their masculine forms and the feminine forms. So soda is the feminine form, which is aswadu is the masculine form, and sodau is the feminine form, means black. Similarly, abiyazu, baydau means white. Ahmaru, hamrau means red. Akhzaru, hazrau means green. Azraku, zarkau means blue. Asfaru, safrau means yellow. And they are on the pattern of af'alu, folau. So, and we see all these colors, they are ism mamdud, has alif and hamza, but they are not taking tanween. And aswadu, they are not taking tanween because they are on the pattern of af'alu, which is ismu tafdeel. So these two kinds we are studying now in this lesson, that they are mamnu min as-sarf. So they are mamnu min as-sarf because they are broken plural with that end up with the hamza. or they are the jama, they are plural, they are have a addition because of the feminine, just like we studied the colors above. So those kinds are also mamnu min as-sarf because they are either on these patterns afalu, fola, folanu, or they are ism mamdud for the third and fourth kind, plural with the broken plural that have alif and hamza, and the feminine words that have alif and hamza. So this group is the second kind of words which don't take tanween. Now there is a third kind also, Jim here. Marratil Hazaratul Arabiyyatu bi marahila mukhtalifatin. The Arab civilization passed through many stages. So marahila is not marahili, it has a fatah here. So it's because it's diptote or it's mabnu min as-sarf. La tajiduhu fi madaina ghayriha. You won't find it in other cities. Ghayriha from the then ha refers to something which is in the lesson in the cities other than that. Wahiya basatinu kasiratun ala nahri barda, and there are many orchards, basatinu orchards, by the river Barda. Again from the main lesson, but we just for the concept purpose we see that they are not taking any tanween, and if the case of harf jar, there is no kasra here, they are majroor by fatah. So they all are diptotes or mamnu min as-sarf. Here is the explanation what we see in these words. Here noun jadidun min anwa'is mamnui min as-sarfi. This is a new kind from the kind of the mamnu min as-sarf, and that is huwa jamu taksiri indama yakunu mukawwanan. It is the broken plural when it is formed from khamsata harufin, 5 words, like we see here, marahil 1 2 3 4 5, and harfu salisu minha, the third letter is alif, alifun wa ba'da alifi harfani, and after alif is 2 letters. Or mukawwanan min sittati harufin, or is formed from the 6 letters 1 2 3 4 5 6, while harufu salisu minha alifun, and the third letter is alif, and wabada alfi, after ba'da alfi, after alif there are salasatu harufin, after alif there are 3 more letters, and the middle one wa harfu sani minha yaun, and the middle one is ya. So if we have the broken plurals like these 5 or 6 words and with has alif and ya, in those cases those are called mamnu min as-sarf. And nahnu nusamma hadha an-naw' min al-jumui, and these type of words we call as sigata muntahal jumui, the ultimate plural forms. So what is sigata muntahal jumui is ultimate plural form. They are at the end of their pluralization, and no further plurals are possible, so they are heavy and cannot take tanween. So here is an example of the 5 words hawaziru, and the middle one is alif, and in the case of 6 letters basatinu, the third one is like here is alif, and then after the 3 letters the middle one has ya. So this is the third kind. This is the third kind of the words that are mamnu min as-sarf. Here are some exceptions. Again, al-ismul mamnu min as-sarfi alamatul jarri fatah. When the noun is mamnu min as-sarf, is mamnu for the tanween, we alamatul jarri al-fatah, then they don't take the kasra, so then the jar sign is fatah sign. Walakin indama yakun mamnu min as-sarf, but when these mamnu min as-sarf, they are marifa with al, or they are the part of madaf alayhi, then the kasra sign, then the falamatul jarri al kasra, then the kasra, the jar sign, then it appears. So this is the rule, exception to the rule. One is that the al is there, then we can put a kasra, or is the part of the mudaf mudaf construction, and then we can put a kasra again. The kasra only comes in those two cases, either it is the ism majroor or the it is mudaf mudaf alayh. So here is example: Wamtala'a majlisuhu bil hukmai wa shurai, and his majlis or his gathering was full of hukma, wise people, and shura, poets. So we studied that hukma and shura, like these words, they are diptotes, they are mamnu min as-sarf, and their jar is like they don't take kasra, but their majroor form is with the fatah. But we see that they are taking kasra here again, because al hukmau, because there has al, ashura, it has al. So when they are followed by al, then that rule doesn't apply. Then even though they are diptote, they will take a kasra. Similarly, mudaf mudaf alayh min ashhari shurai, the most famous of the poets is hazihi dawla, of his dawla, of his state, is al farazdaku. Al farazdak is the most famous poet of his state. So here we see that ashhari shurai, shura again is the even it is without al, but because this is mudaf mudaf alayh, ashhar, the famous of the poets, so it can take kasra. So these two are exceptions to the rule. And the summary of all this is al mamnu min as-sarf. So the summary of this concept mamnu min as-sarf is huwa kalimatun takunu daiman biduni tanween. This is the word which is always without tanween. Wa takunu alamatu jariha al fatah, and the jar sign is fatah sign. Wa indama takunu marifatan bi al, but when it is made marifa using al, aw bil idafati, or this is the mudaf mudaf alayh construction, takunu alamatul jariha al kasra, then the alamatul jarri is not fatah but is kasra. Wa huwa anwaun kasiratun, and there are many kinds of mamnu min as-sarf. We studied three kinds above. The first one was alam, the proper names. If that alam is muannas, it is mamnu min as-sarf, or even if it is muzakkar but it ends with the taw tanis, then still is mamnu min as-sarf, won't take tanween. Al-ajamiyu, if it's the foreign name, it won't take tanween. If it is on the pattern of fu'alu, then it won't take tanween. Allazi yantahi bi an ziyada, if it takes an, there is the additional addition of an, like marwanu, ramazanu. In those cases it is mamnu min as-sarf. Allazi ala waznil feli, and these the nouns that look like they are on the pattern of a fail, then they won't take tanween. So that is the first kind. And then the second one is adjectives that are on the pattern of afalu, ismu tafdil, or they are on the pattern of folau, which is the feminine words, and on the pattern of fula. So they all are ismu tafdil, or they are on the pattern of ala wazni folanu, then they won't take tanween. So we studied that in that group number 2. And then the third one is allazi yantahi bi alif, that has the addition of alif and hamza, just like we studied above, ulamau, shurau, and ala sigati muntahal jumui. They are the plural of plurals. The rule that we studied, they are of 5 letters with alif in the middle, or 6 letters with alif the third letter and ya as the 5th letter. So those are they are called sigat muntahal jumui. They are the ultimate form of the plurals, so they won't take they won't take tanween. They are mamnu min as-sarf. So there is another topic of this lesson which we're gonna study next time. So I'm gonna stop it here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.